That is it.
Oh yes, he's gone.
That's it. That's it. Yeah. What's up with y'all?
Hello, Earthlings. It's good to have you here. We're grateful. Today we're talking about increasing your ability to earn. And I have just a good solid 55 minutes. Good to see all of you, and thank you for your cameras being on and such. Increasing your ability to earn. I'll come back to real estate as this sets up more real estate. We have to increase our ability to earn. Why are you saying that? Well, it's pretty simple, aren't you? Everyone here wants to do real estate. The problem is they don't have what it takes financially to do real estate. You have the brains, you have the talent, just don't have the discipline as far yet to have increased your ability to earn. So we're about to do that right now. Someone should ask me, Antonio, if you were me, what would you do if you were just starting off or starting over? Somebody should ask
Antonio, if you were me,
Grace.
hey, how are you?
I'm good.
Good. If you were me, what would you do? You know, if you were starting over.
Oh man, I didn't even expect you to ask that. That's good. That is a good question. I would focus on where the money is, and to make that extremely practical, I would focus on a few areas. I would focus on data science. Doesn't matter if I like computers or not. I would focus on computer automation or artificial intelligence. I would focus on data storage. I would focus data science, data storage. I would focus on blockchain. I would focus on the metaverse. I would focus on becoming a teacher to marginalize people to get in these things I just said. I would focus on becoming a teacher of modern marginalized people. And here's the deal: Phil and Susan are equally marginalized as Otis Chandler. Doesn't matter. Marginalization does not mean black or white anymore. You keep on aging up. See if they want you in the workplace. Phil costs too much. Far easier. Susan definitely costs too much. And she's going to stand up for herself. That's even worse. That's even worse. It costs too much. They have too much experience. Too much experience. Easier to get an 18-year-old, 22-year-old coming out of college that can pay fractions to do what they can do. Because that's kind of the point. The point is to save money. I want to make money, but I want to save money on my labor force because then I make it more money. I would also, Grace, focus on what you call those are industries. Everything I just said so far is industries. Did you want to ask me questions why I would focus there, or should I just keep going?
Yes, no. Why? Okay. Can we go one by one?
Or sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Why would you focus on data science?
I sure hope they're taking notes. I really do, because we are extremely manipulative these days with 2.0, and everything that we do is about selling someone information or collecting someone's information so we can make our platforms better. And today, and this is as crazy as it sounds, today, the geniuses of their world, Susan, the geniuses of this world are spending their Einstein power getting you to hit like. What a wonderful time we live in. The people who could be making rocket scientists and ending world hunger are spending time getting you to press like or heart on something. Therefore, what you want to do, Grace, is know that data science is not only the highest paid job in the world today, outside of sales, of course, But it's the idea of collecting information and using it for manipulative purposes or for beneficial purposes. It just depends on, your company, your motives, and your goals. And they're already doing it. And since they're already doing it, we need to use more of it. And since we need to use more of it, you need to be the people that they're paying to do it. Go ahead, Frida.
When you say data science and AI and the different types of technology, is the data science just a broad spectrum of it overall, or is it one specific area or that you should focus on at a time?
These are very specific areas. Okay, very specific areas. But do me a favor, Deanna, while I fix my audio here, I want you go to YouTube real quick. Type in, unmute your mic because you got to do it. Yeah, unmute your
Gotcha.
mic. Go to YouTube real quick. Type in what is data science. Find a short video that will explain data science in an entertaining way. And make sure you share it to where we can hear it and see it. There you go.
All right, let me pause this. Go to the beginning, turn up the volume, pump up the volume, pump up the volume. Let me go to
data science and artificial intelligence are two different things, but you don't have to know this. This is unnecessary for you to know. So let's play this whole video. Go ahead. Yeah, or we'll play a big chunk of it. Well, we can't. I hear me talking. Wow.
Yeah, no, I forgot to fix my settings when I shared it. Okay, share sound, optimize. Yeah. There we go. All right. Here we go.
All right.
Okay, I have can y'all see what I'm typing? Okay.
No, it says you started screen share.
Yeah. There we go. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
All right, here we go. And
move your.
Are you one of the many
big box? There you go.
Who dreams of becoming a data scientist? Keep watching this video if you're passionate about data science, because we will tell you how does it really work under the hood. Emma is a data scientist. Let's see how a day in her life goes while she's working on a data science project. Well, it is very important to understand the business problem first. In our meeting with the clients, Emma asks relevant questions, understands and defines objectives for the problem that needs to be tackled. She is a curious soul who asks a lot of whys, one of the many traits of a good data scientist. Now, she gears up for data acquisition to gather and scrape data from multiple sources like web servers, logs, databases, APIs, and online repositories. Oh, it seems like finding the right data takes both time and effort. After the data is gathered comes data preparation. This step involves data cleaning and data transformation. Data cleaning is the most time-consuming process as it involves handling many complex scenarios. Here, Emma deals with inconsistent data types, misspelled attributes, missing values, duplicate values, and whatnot. Then, in data transformation, she modifies the data based on defined mapping rules. In a project, ETL tools like Talent and Informatica are used to perform complex transformations that helps the team to understand the data structure better. Then understanding what you actually can do with your data is very crucial. For that, Emma does exploratory data analysis.
Okay, you can stop it right there.
With the help of EDA, she defines and
That's a pretty good explanation. If you didn't get it, it just means what you've always been doing. When you had a Rolodex, that Rolodex was you collecting data of the phone numbers of the people who you wanted to do business with to increase your ability to earn. When you were a salesperson and you went and used your data, to organize your sales list, so you can call the best people first. Who knows what I'm talking about? The most qualified people first. And then you would scrub out the rest of that data that, the sales that didn't have the right phone number. You said, I'm going to email those people later. All that's data science Now today we get paid a lot of big bucks for this because there's so much data coming at us. Instead of having name, number, email, that kind of data come at us, now we have 80 different points of data coming at us just from your behavior activity, what you like, how you like it, your IP address, what country are you logging in at the same time, how long are you staying logged in, which page did you go to. Susan stayed on the cart for 15 seconds. She probably wants that thing and she didn't buy it. So that data science says she was on the cart for 15 seconds, which is 150% longer than everybody else. She didn't buy. Send her this type of email, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. This is why y'all get that. You left something in your cart. This is why y'all get that email. Someone like me has arranged that. Coming back to it, if you don't know anything about data science, and you would, worry not, because we are teaching that here on the Antonio Tech side of things, but we'll get there here in a second. We'll get there in a second. If you are already one of the people who are in the computer science, then don't worry, because data science for you is on the way. There's a whole big headache section for you to learn how to do data science, worry not. Grace, while I'm talking, I want you to go into your curriculum on Python and the sharing our wealth, and I want you to go to the first class and then just pause right there, okay? And be ready to share your audio as well. Just pause. That's data science. Data science is exactly what what a science, the study of something, data. Therefore, you are studying data to organize it in a manner to where the human consultant can plan their approach and their presentations properly to have highly converted elements of their company. That's data science in simplicity. In simplicity, I just had Deanna share a video because I bought me some time, Susan, strategically to switch from computer audio to phone audio because she told me it was fading in and out for some strange reason. So I just used it as a smoke screen. That's it. Grace, what was your next question? The second thing you said.
Yes. So you talked about, and Ms. Frieda asked about the computer automation. I believe you talked about that. So the next one you said to focus on is data storage.
Absolutely. So we have this data storage. Well, think about this. The easiest way to think about data storage, first off, this right now is being stored somewhere. Your voice is being stored somewhere. Your internet activity right now is being stored somewhere, or you couldn't go back to it and go get it. You're so used to it now that you expect to go back to a post you posted last year and it better be there. But they don't really have to do that. They don't have to do that. As a matter of fact, when you pass 90 years from now, all of you will be as old as Phil and Susan when they die. When you pass 90 years from now, your kids are going to go to your Facebook pages to get photos of you. They're not going in the top shelf like I had to do my grandmother. There's always one cabinet or a dresser drawer that has nothing to do with dresser drawer. There's one drawer in the kitchen that has nothing to do with silverware. It's for all the, important papers it's the little screws and the wood knots and all that stuff is stuck in there. The screwdrivers, that one. And then in grandmother's room, in the main room, there's 1 5 to 3 drawer dresser, and that top one has nothing to do with clothes whatsoever. It is the Polaroid pictures and the important documents. So if the house ever burned down, we got everybody here. It's cross cultures. You understand? It cross cultures. If the house ever burned down, Phil and Susan gonna run, grab that one drawer, and they gonna go out in the safety, with the one little drawer out in the grass for safety, because that's how it works. Go ahead, Susan.
I'm looking at, I have pretty boxes that have sayings and flowers and everything all over them, and they're all around under the bed, and I have all the pictures in there that never make it to the album.
That's it. The house burned down. Get the dog, grab those things and let's go, and we can replace everything else. You know,
What I
we can replace.
I spent one Christmas, well, each of their birthdays and one Christmas, I must have spent 20, 30 hours, you know, a little bit at a time. I would take a picture of the pictures, you know, from when they're all the way through. And then I created, there was this app back then that was like not a good app. You know, it was hard to use.
Mm-hmm.
It was really the only one out there. And I was able to create a story with it from their birth all the way to present, and have music with it and all of that. And this was like, you know, probably 5 years ago. So, you know, none of that stuff really was out. And so it was frustrating because the app didn't work that well. But I'm really happy because now each of them have all their photos, you know. I sent it in a nice way, and now they have access to all those photos.
Yeah, no, I completely admire that. And then I heard something in there that kind of reinforces my point, Susan. She says she took pictures of pictures. Exactly the point of data storage. You understood that your phone was going to store it or the cloud was going to store it. Exactly. Exactly. So there it is right there, ladies and gentlemen. She explained it perfectly, this idea of data storage. Even when we don't realize we're doing it, we're doing it. And this is a great opportunity for all of you to, yes, ma'am.
When we moved here, and you know, I was already here, but Phil brought I grabbed when I rushed down here, you know, in a hurry on New Year's Day, you know, my laptop, that kind of stuff. But he had the main computer and all that had our database that, you know, I was in the data storage before anybody was really in the data storage. You know,
exactly.
I knew, you know, I was fortunate to be early in computers, but so I had all our contacts, you know, I think it was ACT database at that time. And I had, you know, all the details, if we had spoken, how many times I talked to him on the phone, dates, conversations, people, you know, email, everything. And so when the Comcast guy came to, you know, hook everything up, and I seen the storage before, and when he hooked it up, everything was wiped out in a split second. It was gone, and nobody could find it. So all of our humor consultants contact list was gone. Gone.
That's like death.
Yeah.
That's like dying. Yeah, and today's age, it is. That's like, yeah, that's terrible. Yeah,
the only way I was able to get just email addresses, but not all that data, is because I was already putting electronic newsletter. So the people, you know, the company that was doing that had all my emails. So I was able to get the email addresses, but it didn't have, and there were some missing and all that because, but anyway, I was able to restore some email addresses and have access to that, but I didn't have all the data that I collected at that time. So that was a real loss for us, but you know, we made it work, you know.
Yeah, no. That's yeah, that is, I'm sure everybody here has been through something devastating. When you lose your data, it is devastating because we've gotten so used to computers. And then we just got clever ways of making computers now. They're smartphones, they are little gadgets, MP3 players, and MP3 players just got canceled. But you know, we gotten really smart about having computers be different now. Yes, sir.
So I have one way to put it. It's like imagine your CV, your resume gets erased, and you cannot even whip up a new one. What that would be like for someone who has a job, that's what losing data is like for an entrepreneur. It's like not just having your resume deleted, but the actual contents of it, the actual experience itself, the substance also gets wiped away. That's what it is like. If I lose, for example, my portfolio and I have no access to it, I cannot say that I've written 1,000+ articles because I cannot even show a single article. And then for someone who's a direct marketer, who's a telemarketer, who's into sales, them losing their data is like going back to square one.
100%. That is a great example, especially when you're an entrepreneur.
That makes
and
so
you
much
lose
sense.
the proof. Yes, it does. When you're an entrepreneur and you lose proof of you being an entrepreneur, that is exactly not being able to apply for another job again. You know, it's an athlete losing their ability of their limbs. It's a lifestyle change at this point. But why is, yes, absolutely, Renee. So why is this important? Why did I tell you to go there, Grace? If y'all just joined us, Grace, tell them how it started off.
Antonio started off saying to increase your ability to earn, you need to focus on where the money is. And I wish somebody would ask me a question, and so I did. Hey, if you were me, what would you do? He said, hey, focus on these areas: data science, computer automation, or artificial intelligence, data storage, blockchain, the metaverse, becoming a teacher to marginalized people.
Right. And the reason I'm doing this is because I want to come back to real estate, Arshia. The problem is a lot of you want to get into real estate. You know you're supposed to get in real estate. You've been hearing all your life to get in real estate. You keep seeing everybody win from real estate. The problem is you ain't got no money to go into real estate. I'm trying to increase your ability to earn because it's easier to become a real estate investor when you have $70 an hour versus $7 an hour. They're
That's
both
a nice,
possible.
nice song. That is a nice song.
Exactly. It's possible to go into real estate at $7 an hour. It just takes longer, Archie. It just takes longer. I mean, you know, how fast does Kim want her kingdom man to come through and say, girl, stop working, I got it from here? And of course, that answer is today. Today, Lord, don't do it without me. You understand? That's today. Exactly. Bring him through today.
You are talking.
Yes, that's okay. Grace waiting on her kingdom man too. So you get it. You get it, right? You have to do that. What I'm doing is I'm helping you. You're saying, well, Antonio, what should I do in the future? I'm telling you. Why? Because let's have to repost those things, Grace, so they can see them. Because computer automation, data science, storage, data storage, blockchain, the metaverse, and becoming a teacher to people who don't know how to get into these things and teach them these things, these jobs ain't going nowhere. Let me tell you how important technology is to mankind. Every single time, Margie, mankind makes technology, someone loses their job and life gets easier. What happens? The big and the strong. Phil was with me, warrior. Susan, you, me, you with me. And Phil go out there and bash a buffalo. And then somebody like me could get a Susan. I was like, you know what I'll do? I'll create an arrowhead. That was a really good Paleolithic example. And now I'm the strong man now. Because I got this arrowhead. That is technology if you don't know it. You know, don't think Bluetooth. You know, think that an arrowhead is absolutely technology. It always make me laugh, Dolores, when the old deacon would be like, you young folk, none of the technology at church, you need to put that down. But his Bluetooth was blinking in his ear the whole time he's saying that. You know, that always made me laugh every single time. Or using the microphone to say such a thing. Y'all need to stop with all that technology. Reverend, you're on the microphone. That's technology. Just so you know. Just so you know. You know, all those things like that.
Oh man, Antonio.
Technology has always
when when microphones were introduced, the imams in Islam, they said, oh, this is the devil's device. It defiles prayer. It's haram. Okay. And now my dad says, like, the imam won't even cough until the mic is on. Like, it's...
That's exactly, that's the same thing happened in the church. This is the devil. This is the devil's work. And now, especially in the black church, we like the big speakers, Kim. And we need two of them pointed back at us so we can hear ourselves. You get it, because the organ is loud, and we need a speaker just to push out the organ too. So that's three right there. And then we got to have an audience here, so we need another 2 or 3 or 4 just so the audience can hear as well, and blah, 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 blah. Oh, and then now I need to have good audio to my video. Now I need the whole lines going under the church floor, Susie, because I don't want that to be seen. This is the Lord's house. We got to do it in decency and in order. You know, we don't want the wires just running around everywhere. They need to be through the wall and stuff. You get it. Go ahead.
Yeah, our church, you know, is the huge church in Fort Lauderdale. And when they spent 3 years finding the new pastor, 3 years traveling places, everything. So when they finally had teenage kids, but they immediately upgraded the technology and got Apple computers and, you know, did more on what you're saying with the stage, just everything like that. Well, that ended up becoming a big conflict, which divided the church. And that's never happened in the history of this church. This church has been here in downtown Fort Lauderdale. I don't know how long, many years, and they own like prime property in downtown Florida. They're right in the center. So when that happened, it went on for, you heard us talking about it before. Phil, you know, spoke to the board. The attorney for them is actually my attorney. So, you know, he's goes to the church there, but, you know, long before we even went there. So, you know, I got a little bit more inside scoop from him, but it was really because of technology, and they didn't want them spending all that money on it and thought it was unnecessary.
Yeah. And that's from big churches in Florida, imam, all the way in Africa and Mediterraneans, all the way to the small Baptist church in Texas. We resist technology, don't we? And that's the deal. Technology, as long as it exists, will put you out of a job, Dolores, and make life easier. It's both and. As long as we have a capitalistic society, or as long as we have some sort of bartering system, technology will put somebody out of a job.
Antonio.
There's an old man. Yes, sir.
I just want to add one thing that might be undercutting your point. So I just want to emphasize your point again. So while technology will put you out of a job, time can make your job cheaper. So here's an example. Being a founder, being a tech founder, was a sure shot to become a millionaire in the tech bubble, in the .com bubble. And before that, even when Bill Gates came out on top with Microsoft. And now being a founder can get you like 100,000, even tens of thousands in your initial funding rounds. So being a tech founder became cheaper as time went on. Why? Because a lot more people came in. But Bill Gates was wise. When he was on top, Bill Gates knew that this is not going to last. So what did he do? He became one of the largest landowners in the West. Like the potatoes that go for McDonald's fries go from his agricultural land. So while Antonio says that these jobs are not going away, jobs in data science, computer automation, data storage, blockchain, the metaverse, these jobs are not going away, but that does not mean you can sit and rest and you can get started on this 5 years from now. Because 5 years from now, even a year from now, these jobs will become significantly cheaper. As time passes, jobs, especially at the entry level, become cheaper and cheaper because a lot more people get in. So the earlier you get in, the earlier you generate your initial investment wealth and then transfer it into real estate, the better it is for you in the long run. It's literally the Bill Gates formula.
It's everything. Y'all unmute your mic. Please clap for that. That's really good. Really good. Because you don't have time to wait. And it's what I'm attempting to reinforce here. There's always an Ibrahim that's not waiting. That's going to just find a way to marginalize you out of your business. And then the people who, and that's kind of the point of my, what's the last thing I said, Grace, on this little list?
People becoming a teacher to marginalize people.
Exactly. And I told y'all, they ain't got nothing to do with black and white. Because if you wait too long, you're going to marginalize yourself. If you wake up every day, your ability to stay alive is going to marginalize yourself. You're gonna know too much. You're gonna be too expensive. We don't need you at Beat Meat right now. We need the young people willing to eat noodles right now because we don't have capital. You cost too much, Jerome. We need your nephew that's willing to take a risk at Beat Meat. You understand? We need your nephew, not you. You got bills.
Thanks.
We get you later. You know what I'm saying? You expect compensation. No. We got other ways. Here's some hot pockets. Here's some hot pockets in the set. No, it's fantastic. Reason I'm telling you this is because you're gonna say, well, what should I get into? There it is. Are all these high paying? Yes, they are. And should add to this list? Of course you should. Number one. You can't do any of these. Learn how to copyright. That's what Ibrahim does well. Copyright means words that sell. Writing for advertisers. Amanda puts up a YouTube. She don't know what to put in the description. She pays Ibrahim $10 a word to do so. Something like that, right? Copywriting is what that's called. So, all right, Antonio, well, what else should I do? Well, you should do content creation and content marketing. And I'm going to stop right there for a second. Content creation, content marketing. Why? Well, Jerome, because film is everything. How many of you know a mosque, a church, anything? As soon as film came in, get that out of here. Now, you can't even spread God's narrative if you don't have the ability to have film. I think I showed you I showed you in film school. I'm subscribed to a few imams. In fact, I'll pull it up in a second while I'm doing. I've had Grace. So I'll pull it up in a second. I'll pull it up in a second. Grace, share your screen. Show them. Everything I'm talking about is what you call a high income skill set. I broke it down in industries at first, and then when I said number one, those high income skill sets. This is the computer programming Python course. Grace, let them see it.
All right, y'all. Before I play this, listen. Antonio does everything top shelf. That's he know what I'm talking about. He and our pastor says that. That means top of the line. It's the Anthony understand. Okay, he don't do anything other than top shelf. And so I'm telling you, when you go into sharing our wealth and look at Python and look at the curriculum, Anthony was already telling you before you got on, sir. I can't take it. Does it have to start today? I say it's at your own pace, sir. Okay, because that's how it was. So
Welcome to your Python Bootcamp. This is 2022 version, which means this is the most up-to-date version possible with the information that is the most up-to-date possible as well. This is not a class. It's a boot camp. It is meant from you to get to zero to hero. If you're already a hero, then this is going to reinforce some stuff. But my desire with this boot camp is to have you be certified in a testable manner. What I mean by that is I want you to be able to walk out of here after completion and take a certification at Google, Apple, or anyone hiring for Python developers and engineers and walk away with a high salary. So this class will be broken down into bite-sized pieces. This boot camp will be broken into bite-sized pieces, but it is extremely comprehensive from beginning to end, and each class builds on top of itself. In addition to that, you'll do about 15 projects to test your skills as well. Each of these projects will have artificial intelligence inside of them, and have comfort because my 4-year-old daughter is in this class, and it is taught to where she can get it, as well as my 13-year-old son and my 9-year-old son. So I'm teaching it for children to get it, in addition to teaching it to where people like me can get it as well. So it's extremely comprehensive. You will enjoy it. Other than that, have fun. And Antonio T. Smith Jr., you can plant better, you can dominate.
Okay, now Grace, do me a favor. Stop sharing your screen real quick and then go back to where you can see the curriculum. And when you see the curriculum, we'll have you show everybody the curriculum. So there it is, bite-sized classes. My 4-year-old can learn it all the way up to Frida, who's already in computer programming with me, etc. Now, Python is the number one programming language in the world, and it's for teaching robots how to do things. I think 85% of Netflix is coded in Python in itself. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Why is this here, Law? It's here because you have to increase your ability to earn. In order for me to have you buy the apartment with me, like we were talking about yesterday, well, I'm probably going to buy that one by myself if I feel like it. I'm not going to be a part of that one. But the other one, you know what I'm saying? Because I could put that on my credit card. You understand? We ain't got time to be waiting. But on September 30th, some of you are going to be, apartment owners or something like that. Here's the point. You have the brains. You have the talents. The idea of having the income is different. And do not get it twisted. And then I know that this is where you get in trouble, right? Or I get in trouble. This is where you get in trouble. I got money. First off, I didn't say you didn't. Do you have money to invest in real estate right now? Do you have money to invest in an apartment complex right now? Do you have money to get 1 billion Dogecoins right now? If not, you don't have money. You have income.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No one cares about your income. Your income makes you a slave, especially if you have to trade time to get it. We're talking about your assets. Okay, go ahead, Grace. Show them the curriculum real quick.
All right, there we go.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, so It's easy. 32 hours worth, 378 lectures. It might even go more than that. They're all bite-sized. Introduction, you can just scroll past. We just go to all the big points. You got to scroll down. Go to all the big points. Mac on Python, Mac on Windows, blah, blah, blah. And then, wait, that's a little bit too fast, Grace. You went a little bit too fast.
Sorry, sir.
You're spilling my yak. You're spilling my yak.
Turning the
on
corner
this
too
little
fast.
pink
I'm so
ticket.
sorry. I'm so
Yes.
sorry.
Yes.
Here we
There
go.
you go. All right.
Here we go.
See, errors, et cetera, et cetera. All right, you can stop it right now. Increase your ability to earn. Go out there, find something. And I brought this up because we're back in the section of content creation. One of the fastest ways for you to control your income or increase your ability to earn is to have an online course or something. One of the fastest ways. You know what I'm saying? In my case, Jerome, why do you think film school is next? It starts at 10:30. Why do you think? Let's process this information. Susan, in the last 2 years of ATS, we've built a blockchain, a streaming TV service, a news company with a streaming TV service with blockchain capabilities. We built a social media that's actually a blockchain that rides a blockchain plus and it has NFTs, etc. So that's what NFTs would be. I'm running out of fingers on this one. I got to come over here, Jerome. Okay, I got to come over here. We have a computer, everything from computer engineering. And one of these things you see right here is Python, artificial intelligence. And then you have the video games. Antonio created a whole gaming company that I got my kids building games with me, and they're super crazy excited. And if you look on Apple right now, just type my name, you can find one of my games. It's called Caramel Smash. It's like Candy Crush. But careful, it's addictive. Be careful. I built it to be addictive. So just so you know, you go. God bless you. It's a whole bunch of other stuff. What's important here to understand, Grace? Every last one of these things are high income skill sets. Let's come back. I am not talking about me. I'm telling you, Grace, put them first things out real quick. The first things, because everybody would hear. Repost and chat those first things. I just showed you how to do all of them at once, Jerome. I did. Read them out loud, Grace.
Focus on these areas: data science, computer automation, or
Stop
AI.
right there.
Okay.
Stop right there. Hold on, Grace. Data
Understood.
science, ATS TV. ATS, no, keep your mic unmuted. ATS TV, Mexit News. If you log in to anything here, that's data science. Go ahead, Grace, read the next one.
Computer automation or artificial intelligence.
ATS TV, Mexit News. Keep going, Grace.
Data storage.
Notice that when she played that video, that wasn't no YouTube video. It's on my own servers, on my own cloud. Go ahead, Grace.
Blockchain.
ATS coin coming out soon. Sitting on this, built my own blockchain to have my own tokens. Rewind, press play. What else, Grace?
The metaverse.
All that stuff combined, plus the blockchain, plus mastering the film and all the high tech stuff that we do. Because what is virtual reality? Animated film. Go ahead, Grace.
Becoming a teacher to marginalize people.
Then coming back, Jerome, and saying, listen, here's what I did. Here's how you do it. All right. I didn't just tell you, Renee, how to do it. I used this presentation at the very end, the last 5 minutes, Jerome, to show you it can be done, as I'm already doing it. Here's other places where you increase your income. Number 3, online course creation. Number 4, you should probably become a graphic designer. You're going to need that. All these are high income skill sets. Web designer. You know, I'm going to just stop. I tell you what, just go Google high income skill sets. because I want to get into my last section here. Any questions? This is not my last section. The question is not my last section. Any questions? Grace, start me off with a question, because there should be a million questions. Deanna, you next. You got the next question.
Those skill sets that you named, even if I feel like, oh my God, that's really challenging, I should get into at least one of those, correct? Or maybe all of them.
You can just go to YouTube. Right? Yeah, you can go to YouTube right now and type in computer automation or artificial intelligence. In fact, do it real quick, Grace. Watch it. Do it. Share it. Let's go with us right now. We want to see every step of the way. Share your screen. We don't want them to say it's Photoshop. Go to YouTube, please. You just do it right over the screen. That's all right. And then Grace is going to go to type in artificial intelligence tutorial. There you go. Courses right there. That works. Either one. Doesn't matter. Right. Look at that. A 4-hour class right there. 2 years ago. Scroll down a little bit. Explanation. There we go. Python. Now, pay attention. Python is machine learning. And right now, I'm teaching Python. Thank you, Grace. I appreciate you. I'm teaching Python right now. My kids are 4, 9, and 13. This is very important to understand and hit Jerome. The new semester for my kids started yesterday, and they ain't got no summer break. You understand? They had a winter break. They ain't got no summer break. It is what it is. My 4-year-old has a MacBook Air. Every kid in the house, because she ain't got no choice. Because guess what? She started learning yesterday. Machine learning. I've sat there. I ain't do no, Susan, I ain't offer no help. You understand? You're going to struggle. She can't even read. Now update your Mac. Y'all not paying attention. If you think I'm joking, y'all don't know who I am.
You made that 4-year-old update.
Go ask your mama, because she might as well be 4-year-old too. Listen here. Go do it. Ask your mama, because she got a great mother. You know what I'm saying? And can help, but she ain't. They was.
Oh, that's right. The mother's in the course too. Sure, you right.
All 3 of the kids plus the mom. They, you understand? They gotta go ahead and do this. Why did I pick machine learning? I picked machine learning because it's hard. On top of that, it's the future. Let me show you how. Let me tell you one of the weird things that I see that I expect to happen in the next 25 years. I might be wrong, but I'm not wrong about it happening. I'm wrong about it happening in 25 years. The push for it to happen may happen next year, but the politics of it is going to push it back. Let me explain. As I read the news this morning, the alleged shooter of the Buffalo, which I'm just reading the news as it's read, doesn't apparently still alleged. Apparently, it's not still alleged. Will be charged with just one count of murder. Just one. Then I read another article in which someone with a wide nose and a raspy voice is doing 25 years for taking their children to the wrong school district. Here's what I see. What I see is someone like Susan's daughter gonna get tired of that. And they're gonna say, you know what we ought to do? We ought to have judges be robots. That way, teach them the law, machine learning, give them the goals, and make sure that justice is actually even for all people. As weird as you think that sounds, now you can already see the political pushback. They're gonna shut down all technology when that try to happen. You understand? We're gonna see that for sure. But it makes sense, don't it? It makes sense that at some point, someone like me, someone like Susan's daughter, Phil's daughter, is gonna say, how about we just get rid of this whole bias element with a computer who can't be biased? And someone like me is going to capitalize. I'm look, you know Ken Johnson coming. Ken gonna be like, Tonyo, you building that judge company? Yeah, I want in on that. I want in on that. And then all of a sudden, we've got the first company in the world with judges, artificial intelligence, little Android bots, presiding over cases faster than any judge. Not only will I fix the bias, Susan, but then I'll fix the whole wait time. Judges can be doing cases like this. Now you don't have to worry about the backlog. And then the first thing I'll do, just to be controversial because I like money, is what I'll do is I say, let's try this for immigration, because that's a whole court system that is terribly backlogged. I'm not even going to get into the science of it because there's no way you can talk about that without the politics of it coming. And I want to run from the politics as we only have another 20-something minutes or something like that. I don't want to get beat up in the politics of that. And that whole system, what happens when a judge can't speak the language? Don't worry about it. The machine can. Now, am I wrong, Phil? Probably. Is it going to happen? Absolutely.
Yay.
At some point, we will automate through machine learning to where we can not only have evenness, but we can fix problems as well. And my kids gonna be ready for it. If you didn't process information, let me try one more time. My 4-year-old is about to have 14 years on the job training in machine learning. By the time she's 18.
Fantastic. My 4-year-old is listening with me right now.
Okay, well, there you go then, right? There you go. And of course, you can do video games for that, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So the idea is increase your ability to earn. Now, my kids ain't got they got plenty of choices. What they don't have a choice in, Susan, is taking this hard stuff right now and doing it now. They ain't got a choice. She can't even read. She's learning how to read through computer programming. No different than the 9-year-old. I did him the same way. So now I'm twice as good. I never taught my 9-year-old how to read. He has the biggest vocabulary in the house because he had no choice but to start programming and doing AP level college classes at 4 or 5 when I got him. When I got him in school, okay, when he started. Increase your ability to earn. All of you can do this, but that's not my conversation with you, Jerome. I'm trying to tell you where to go. Grace, somebody should ask me what languages you should learn. Somebody should ask me that. Somebody.
What language is she learning, Antonio?
Well, no, forget her. What languages should y'all learn?
What languages should we learn?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She got to learn all 99,000 of them. Okay, she got to learn all 99,000. The languages controlling the money. Can I tell you the number one language you should learn right now? Mandarin. That Phil knows why. Phil, in 20 years, mathematically, and I probably overestimated 20 years. I really want to say 2.5 years, but I'm being nice. Who would be the number one economy in the world in 20 years, Phil? 323 million Americans. China will have the number one economy in the world. They just got more people. This isn't like who's good, who's not. This is math. This is math. But for I don't know how long, for the whole Industrial Revolution, for 150 years, I have no idea, Susan, how America has run the world with 323 million people now, but it was like 100 million people then. It's incredible that everybody in the world wants to trade with America. It just tells you the feat and prowess of the American culture. Amazing. But China's already number 2 now. India is number 3. By 2030, India will have, Google it, Grace, because I don't want them to think I'm just making this stuff up. India's middle class by 2030. Let's go ahead and put it in there. By 2030, India will have the largest middle class in the world. Think about that for a second, y'all. Until 2030, the Indian middle class population is expected to reach over 800 million people. Somebody not. Scroll down just a little bit, Grace. Scroll down just a little bit. India is, you can just stop your whole screen. Let me break it down in plain English. China is the world's manufacturer. India is the world's tech support.
That's right.
Just make it plain. China builds all the parts of the world, and then you pick up the phone, and India does all the support for the whole world. And there's no way possible that America can continue to be the number one economy in the world, which is why I get it, because when you're not Republican and when you're not Democrat, you can kind of objectively look at things. This is why we spend so much on defense. Somebody like me is saying, look, one day they're going to catch us, but they ain't going to catch us and invade us, got us messed up. We need to do that same spending on cybersecurity, but Russia's beating us at that right now. But nevertheless, here's the deal. I'm saying something here very important. You should be learning first Mandarin. Check it. Not Hindi or Hindu. You can, but I wouldn't do that. Grace, do me a favor. Share your screen again. I already know the answer. I want you to Google Silicon Valley of India. Let's just say I may or may not be. I may or may not be in some. So the English spelling of it, pronunciation is Bangalore. Bengaluru is how you say it in India. Same thing. It's a Silicon Valley. Grace, what language is spoken in this region of India? What is the language of Bengaluru?
It says Okay. Canada.
Canada. That's what Satish is. That's the language. That's Satish hometown language, and he is from that place. Now, let's go with Telugu. Type in. How important is Telugu?
You said Telugu.
If you don't, listen to this shit. Don't worry about it. No, scroll down. I mean, you go to your search bar. You're gonna go. What language is spoken by India's tech?
Industry.
Yep.
Okay.
There you go.
Here.
I'll tell you what, do this shit. Top spoken languages in India. There you go. Top spoken languages in India.
All right.
If India is going to control,
there we go.
There you go. Not Hindi. You can learn Hindi because everybody has to learn it. Telugu.
Okay.
My kids are learning Telugu sometime later on this year. You can stop it right now. Why is that? Well, here's the deal, Susan. If Mandarin is about to take over the whole world, and Hindi and Telugu is about to take over the whole world, my kids too. But don't take my word. Grace, one more time, Google. Show your screen. Everybody pay attention. I'm going to go back to real estate tomorrow. I told you that. I said it up front. Grace, put this as I say it. How would I search this? What languages are the top 1% teaching their children? I want to see if this pops up. I'm very interested. No. I don't trust something called pants.com. I want insider information. Yeah. You scroll past that. I don't want no blog writer. Nope. Don't want that. Okay, hold on. Let me see this 12 most important languages for success. Hold on. Go scroll back. You're doing too much. There you go. Let me see that real quick. 12 most important languages. Let me see. Let me see if I trust this. Go down. I want to see if I trust it. Blah, 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 blah.
Okay, Mandarin.
Nope. Okay, Mandarin. Okay, I see Spanish.
Hold on, I'm trying to get that out of the way. There we go. Okay, there we go. German.
Okay, I get it. I don't trust this list. No.
Okay.
Hold on, stop your screen real quick. Okay. While I'm talking, I want you to Google top languages the top 1% are learning. Let's take the children out. Let me help you out real quick. Helpful. Is that a good list? It sure is. That was a good list for folk who want to drink beer in England and Europe. I'm not having a tourist conversation, Otis. I'm having here's what we are doing behind the scenes. Here's the conversations me and my billionaire friends are having. Okay, we two different conversations, Jerome. Here's the conversations we're not talking about out loud. Deanna, you Google Mark Zuckerberg teaches his children Mandarin. Yeah, have y'all seen Mark Zuckerberg do a whole keynote in Mandarin? It's on it's literally, oh man, shucky ducky. All right. Grace, no, share your screen now, Grace. Why is Mark Zuckerberg learning Mandarin? Because China has the most internet users in the world. Just start using the internet and they're untapped. I ain't worried about that, Grace. I don't want nothing about no. Okay, forget. Y'all can Google this on your own. Pull up YouTube for me. Okay, got it up. Okay, show your screen. Yeah, stop your screen, Grace. I don't want no middle class information. No offense. I don't want none. All that stuff, because that was cute. I don't want none of it. Look, Mark Zuckerberg uses AI Jarvis to teach daughter Max Mandarin. Stop right there. No. Keep your screen up, Deanna. Keep your screen up. Type in Google Ray Dalio. Big investments in China. Look, it already popped up for me, man. In total, Dalio's firm oversees about $5 billion in China. Stop your screen, Grace. Stop your screen, Deanna. Stop it. Just stop it. You stop it right now. You stop it. How many of y'all knew that during the pandemic, Ray Dalio was wisely moving money to Chinese? Gotta watch my words here. Bonds. There you go. I'm doing my very best to stay out the political stuff because I don't feel like it today. I don't feel like it. I'm having a very financial conversation. Is this fair? This is an extremely financial conversation, Jerome. I'm trying to tell y'all something. What I'm trying to tell you is we doing something right in front of y'all and you ain't paying attention. And I'm exposing every bit of it right now. I know Ray Dalio. I know Ray Dalio. I'm not gonna say what I was about to say. Is investing in China. You know why, Arshia? Because me being top 1%, I like to follow smart money. Did it make sense, Jerome? Oh, Warren Buffett did what? Really? Let me go check that out real quick. Tailing his money over there. What's the next? I need some black folk to say.
Antonio,
yes, sir.
I don't know who Ray Dalio is. I know who you are.
Great points. Great point. Thank you, Jerome. Ray Dalio. Google it, Grace. They're not even gonna believe it. Google it, Grace. Google it. Show them what's good. I won't say it's Photoshop. You know, haters see how they say it too. The haters to see Jesus walk on water and say he can't swim. You know. Okay, I play too much. Ray Dalio, and let's do Ray Dalio net worth real quick. But that's not what I want to do. But I'm intrigued. 22 billion. Now watch this here. Now type in Warren Buffett net worth. Watch this here. This is going to shock you. 11.8 billion. Now watch this here. List of top investors in the world. Now I hope every time I tell you to Google search, Grace, you put this in the notes. Hopefully one of y'all put it in the notes. I want all this in the notes. Now, I want to go there. Scroll down. To take in the world out to list the top investors today. No. Let's refine the search. I don't want a history lesson right now. I'm trying to get y'all. I'm attempting to get you to have an educated conversation today. These are the most famous. I don't care about most famous. Let's go with who is the number one investor in the world. Let me see what that says. Okay, Warren Buffett, fair enough. Let's see. Scroll down. Okay, do one more search for me, Grace. I want you to type in, is Ray Dalio the best investor? Scroll down, scroll down. Yep, one of the area's most successful investors. Let's see. Yeah, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep going. Scroll down. Okay, cool. You can stop your pick. I mean, you can stop your search now. Let me help you out. Ray Dalio is in the top 5 of investors today. Not only is he in top 5 investors today, he is one of the most he's one of the ones that's prepared for the change of the world. And in addition to that, he predicted the 2018 Great Recession. He was just a little bit early. He's just a little bit early. Margie, there are things happening right now. Top 1% of doing. And we're having that conversation. You want to increase your ability to earn. Don't pray about it. Warren Buffett, what you doing? Okay. So you already prayed. Now it's time to follow smart money. Let's think about this. Let's think about this for a second. Jerome, I got one shot with my kids. You understand what I'm saying? And when it's time for me to teach them something, I chose computer programming and game development. So I ain't got, I can't. I mean, I could mess up. They'll still think I'm a superhero. I can mess up. But I only got one shot, Margie. I can't, revive them back to life or myself. And everybody know I'm a do not resuscitate. Just let me go. You understand? Let me go. If I can't act like this alive, I don't want to be here. I want to be an honorary old man. I want to sit on my porch, look at our sheet and say, see, get it together, check your harvest. If I can't do that, just get me out of here. So get me out of here. Get me out of here. I want to be.
You don't want nobody wiping you behind. Is that what you're saying?
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. No.
He's gonna build technology to do it.
You know what? That'll feed my ego enough, so that works. Okay, I got that. As long as I built it. As long as I built it. Why would I teach them that? I'm doing nothing different than the top 1% are doing, because obviously I'm in the top 1%. I only look like a genius because I'm black. Yeah, keep it real. If I look like Mark Zuckerberg, I would just look like that's what the top 1% doing. But since I don't look like them, I look like a genius. I told Donna Tibbs, I can't remember what I said. I said, that give me too much credit. This is what I said last night. I didn't give me too much credit. I'm not smart. I just finish things way more than you. So then they say, I'm smart. I was like, okay, fine. Go ahead. I'm not going to correct you. I'm smart. I just start stuff and finish it. We all know the last 2 years, growth of ATS exponential. We all know folk we love and admire that started 2 businesses in the last 2 years, neither one of them worked. If you think for 1 second I'm going to be 70 doing this, you are not paying attention to me. You're just not paying attention to me. I don't know what I'm going to be doing at 70, but I promise you it's going to be something teaching And I'm gonna just sit back and I just want to fill in Susan. I just want to say, hey everybody, what's your wins and challenges? That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I do. When I get to 70, what's your wins and challenges, everybody? You go ahead and talk to me. That's what I'm gonna do. I can do nothing else. I'm gonna do nothing else. And eat my little vegan stuff so I can stay alive just a little bit longer. You know, I can wipe my own behind. Increase your ability to earn in every area that I'm telling you. Now, for years, and I'm going to do it again. We're going to see if it worked this time. For years, I've been telling y'all, here's what I'm doing. May I tell you everything I'm doing now, Jerome? And then hopefully this time it works. I'm going to do it again. I've done this 100 times and nobody listened. I'm doing two things. They're separated, but they are the same. I'm even going to share my screen on one of them just so you can go, God dog it. He told us this. I'm even copy and paste for you, Grace. I'll post in the chat. You just copy and paste it there. Here it is, sharing my screen. If you've seen this before, hold on, let me move this out the way. If you've seen this before, please raise your hand. Control these 7 areas. Control these 7 fronts, and we could win a war without firing a single shot. What are the fronts? Economics, ATS coin. Actually, we're going to call this blockchain. Finance, ATS coin. Data information, every single thing that exists in ATS. Manufacturing, blockchain, and video game development and the computer development. Infrastructure, every single thing that exists in ATS rides on one infrastructure plus the blockchain in itself. Communications, Mexit news. Human resources, coming back and teaching and developing a relationship with y'all. Every single thing is here. And what I want you to do is build your business controlling those 7 areas. Well, I'm sorry. Let me back up a little bit. If your goal is to be in business, that's not for you. That's not for you. If your goal is to be the best at what you do, that's debatably for you. I'm going to edge on the side of 90% not for you, 10% for you. So if you're trying to be the best at what you do, that's 10% for you, 90% not for you. Grace, make sure this is in the notes. I know we missed a few links, but we ain't going back to go get them. But make sure this is in the notes. If your goal for business is to be the highest expression of yourself, then it's 50% for you, 50% not for you. But if your goal is to dominate and be the best in the world and have no competition and be a monopoly, this is 100% for you. Just 100%. If you, the mere fact that Google means search, that's a monopoly. Facebook means social media, that's a monopoly. TikTok means young folk, that's a monopoly. Instagram means pictures, that's a monopoly. LinkedIn means social media the right way. Tell me I'm lying. Well, I don't do social media. I'm just on LinkedIn. Yeah, social media the right way. You ain't got to worry about nobody sliding in your DMs talking about, ooh, Susie, you look good. Not on LinkedIn. Facebook, though, open game. It's fair. Facebook is tender. It's fair. You know. Instagram is even worse. That's why we don't even ask the phone numbers no more. We say, shit, you cute, man. Why don't you give me your Instagram? Because this is what we know we're gonna do. Right? Yeah, that's what we know we're gonna do. Control these 7 areas. if your business, remember, I'm gonna tell you, competition is for losers. I'm always say that. But I need to learn to be nicer when I say that. Competition is for people. No, competition is for losers. I didn't want to mess it up because there's winners and there's losers. I'm not calling you a loser. I'm just trying to say there's only winning and there's only losing. Go to the great Les Brown that'll tell you, and there's people who have not figured out how yet to win. That is not my philosophy. You hear me? It's not my philosophy. I'm not telling you he's not right. He's completely right. I just don't have the luxury to tell you ain't had time to figure out the win. Because your taxes don't give a damn. Am I debt slavery? Don't care if you try to figure out how to get out of it. That mortgage is coming. Boy, I'm trying to bother nobody. Just trying to tell you what it is. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to tell you what it is. Y'all know I'm buying a few properties this year, 2 apartment complexes, blah, 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 blah. The one I was doing yesterday, it was like, well, you want a 10-year or 15-year mortgage. And I was like, oh, let's do 10 and 15. Send me the rates or the options for both. Send me the options for both. 10 and 15. No problem. Obviously ran my credit. There was no issues with my credit. I know the point of having good credit, right? I'm not supposed to have issues. Do I have a 10-year mortgage though, Jerome? Or am I going to have a 10-year or 15-year mortgage? Really? Listen. Frida, if you got a 15-year mortgage and you create an income-producing asset that pays for your 15-year mortgage, do you have a 15-year mortgage? You're going to get credit for it. But do you have it?
No.
If your business pays your expenses and your debt, do you have a business? You got something else. It's greater than the business. We can't call it a business no more. You got heaven on earth. That's what we got to call that. If your business pays all your debts and your debt promises, that's no longer called a business, Amanda. You hear me? We're not going to call it a business no more. I don't know. That's what you've been praying for. That's what it is. I don't know. Figure out, use your own words. Yeah. Use your own words. That's what you've been doing. So here is 2 sets of steps. I've said both of these steps before. It's don't even think this is new information. It's just going to be maybe the first time you say it. Okay. I get it now. You understand? Antonio, what's the steps you have done to make this work? The first thing I did was I went and got attention. But let's call this section here, Grace, Antonio's disruptive business model. You've heard it before. You've heard it before. You know what I'm saying? Nothing about this new. Nothing about this new. I don't say it a lot, but you heard it before. Somewhere in the keynote. Antonio's disruptive business model. Number 1, I had to go get attention, Jerome. This is what it is. Number 2, I invented a new way to do an old thing. Why did I not do something new? Because ain't no market in something new. I can really stop talking right there. If there is no market, it's a really bad idea. There's no money there. It takes a long time to generate a market. And on top of that, the people who are typically first to a brand new market get spears in their back. I don't want to be Palm Pilot. I want to be the iPad. I don't want to be the laser disc that got drug in your room in the 5th grade. I want to be the DVD player. Oh, that was a really good example.
That really was. That really was. Yes.
Yeah.
My head went straight to class when you said the laser disc.
Yeah. Drag it in, a little thing. You knew it was gonna be a good day in school. I want to be laser disc. I want to be the DVD player. That's what I want to be. I want to be a DVD player. You gotta be careful going first into a market that doesn't exist. You have to be careful with that. Very careful, because if there's no market, it's gonna cost a lot of money to create a market. You don't want to do that. Somebody's got to do it. It don't have to be you. It don't have to be you. Go find a new way to do an old thing. And once you find a new way to do an old thing, I think I'm on number 3. Number 3, go find customers that like this new way in that old thing. Number 4, treat those customers well, get all their feedback. And treat those customers well, get their feedback, and it should be understood, and get money. It should be understood there. That should be understood. Right. Thank you so much. And get money. Yes. And get money. Okay, thank you so much. I just want to and get money. Okay, outstanding. Don't do what Antonio did. Tip is just, 5 years, this is going to work. God is going to, and get money now. Don't do that. What number am I on, Grace?
5.
5. Do that again. Number 6, get more money. Number 7, you guessed it, get more money. I know I can leave these steps out, but there's something called brand width. It means y'all grow too fast. And your brand can only stretch as much as your resources can handle it, and your market can absorb what you're doing. But what you want to do is you want to get a lot of money in this phase. You want to get a lot of feedback in this phase. Why? Because while you're doing all these steps 1 through 7, guess what you're doing, RC? You're making your prototype better. And once you're done and you got all the feedback you could possibly get, Frida, guess what? Get more money. That's the next step. Get more money, get more feedback. And then, lastly, go get the big boys customers. Y'all try to go get the big boys customers too early. I've said this before. I said this often this year. Don't go get the 5-star review people. Go get the 1 and 2-star review people. I don't trust anybody that leaves 3 stars. I just don't understand the point of it. So, if somebody ain't made a decision, as far as I'm concerned, I don't trust anybody that leaves 3 stars. I just don't trust it. Don't trust it at all. That's what you want to do. Everybody got my disruptive model? What phase is Antonio in? It is not going to get the big boy customers. This whole time. If you ask me, we in phase 3. What's phase 3, Grace?
Go find customers that like the new way in that old thing.
Now, Antonio, no, I'm not. Not to me. Not to me. Now, have I done the 1 through 8 cycle? I sure have. Have I done it multiple times? I sure have. But that's when I was building a little pocket here, saying, okay, get good at speaking here, get good at coaching here. I was building these little pockets. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Have I done these steps? Yes. When I was only focused on economics, when I was only focused on data information, when I was only focused on infrastructure. You see how this ties in together now, Grace? Did I do 1 through 8 in communication? Sure. How can the have y'all even y'all don't even hear about ATS Business University no more. You ain't seen the ATS Business, you ain't seen the logo in years. As far
Why
as
is
I'm
that,
concerned.
Antonio? Why is that?
Because it's done. It's done. Not the company is done. My objective is done. I did the Business University because I was following the very steps I'm trying to tell y'all. The Business University is so old. This was its first logo. Garbage. Y'all don't even remember that. You're like, oh my God, really? That was the first logo? You don't even remember that. You don't even remember that. You don't even remember that.
Really, find a new way.
Yeah, I wasn't here for that one. So I'm sorry.
Exactly. That's kind of my point, right? I wasn't here for that one. Exactly. My point is, my friends, as we get ready to eat, once I finish some steps, it stays. It just becomes this. It's like think of a hospital. Think of HS Business University as, and this Susan appreciates this because she's strategic. It's the transportation team. You know, it's not the doctor. It's just the folk that put you in a chair and wheel you to another department. Did you see what I did? HS Business University is the people. Yes, ma'am. Hold on real quick. HS Business University, the people who roll the IV machine into the room. Okay, go ahead, Sam. Go ahead, Sandra.
I just want to say in that space, if you ever had, and I'm sure everyone here on the call has, this is what hit me when you were saying that. The kill it or find a new way, the new way for you and your team, your expertise is when you are trying to find on the radio your favorite station, but it continues to go left where you can't exactly get it where it used to fit, where you used to be able to catch that frequency, but when you catch the frequency, you are right on point, even if it's not where it used to be. Is that how it goes? Because that's what I'm seeing in my
That's 100%. No, that's 100%. That's 100%. That's called frequency modulation, and that's what they out here doing. They just trial and error, building the perfect world for them. You understand? Once I finish, let's think about this. Think about my analogy. You walk into a hospital, the transportation team is there. You either see them or you don't, but they're the people. They got the little green scrubs on, but if you really hurt, they don't want to push you in a chair. You think the doctor rolled the blood pressure machine in the room? Is that what you think? You think the nurse did it? Is that what you think? No, it's the transportation team. Why? Because I use education to just transport you around everything ATS does. Brilliant. Oh, somebody's going to replay this one day and go, and that is when anyway. Lastly, now that you understand those 7 things and you understand the way that I'm doing business, and I tell you I'm on number 3, here's what I'm doing. And I've already, you'll see. This is from Dr. Claude Anderson now. This is not original. This has nothing to do with me. It's in the book called Powernomics, which I suggest that the last one of you read. Black, White, Jew, or Gentile. It is a book, though, written for the financial increasement of Black people, Powernomics. Everybody else is using Powernomics but us. But it's definitely written to a Black audience. But that don't mean you don't have to read it, because you should read it, because its principles are for everybody. Dr. Claude Anderson says, build a 5-story building. Your first floor, community. Well, sorry, your first floor is economy. I just changed it to community. This is what that means. It means before you try to build another floor, Jerome, if you don't get your money together, everything else you try to do is going to fall apart. So how do you build the economy? It's very simple. Dr. Claude Anderson says, once you've built a competitive economy, then go to your second floor. Let me teach you how to build a competitive economy. Firstly, you can't have an economy if you don't have a community. It is why ATS is a community. It is why I do the things the way I do them in the inconvenienced manner that they allow me to be inconvenienced, because it's far better to be a community than for y'all to feel like customers. And what is the main goal for Antonio on the first floor? And this is true. You've all seen it. It's never going to change. It's to bounce the money around this community 8 to 12 times before it leaves. This is why I say, have y'all bought from Chandra? Is Arshia doing your jingle? Have you been Keynote? Did you show up on Monday? This is exactly why I say this, because, and this is real now, and anybody who's been through any church or religious organization, period, can attest to this. The number one person in the organization shouldn't just be the head of the organization. I don't have time to go into that because I'm rushing to a close. But if you can't hear that, then I don't know what to tell you. If the only person winning is the Pope, well then, there you go. The Catholic Church is the most successful business of all time. No disrespect. Just think about business for a second. It is like, everything is a business. You tell you can't say that. Yeah, I can. It's the only business in the world, Susan. It's been around for 2 millennia. Do you know how incredible that is? That's incredible. That's incredible. Nations, kings have fallen. Catholic Church still stands. I'm not telling you you gotta like it. I'm just telling you, we all want that to be our legacy, right? In 4022, we want human consultants to still be in business. That's incredible. That's when you think about that, that is mind-blowing that the Catholic Church started in the 1st century and is here in the 21st century. I don't even know what to do with that information. I still haven't finished processing it. But what a great business model. You think you allow that low, that's saying something. No community, no economy. Number 2, once you build that community and you make sure other people are winning that community and you make sure your money is bouncing around that community, once you do that, politics is your second floor. And I don't necessarily mean go run for mayor. If it works, works. If you running for mayor, let you buy real estate earlier, then go ahead and do it. Go ahead, Phil.
Well, the Jewish business hasn't done too bad either.
Well, that's been around a little bit longer than two millennia. Huh?
They got a whole country.
Yes, yes, they do. It's absolutely fact. Didn't even think about that. They've been around since, according to modern history, 4,500 BC. So we can say they're still quite successful for sure. For sure. Politics. This is what this means, Arshia. When I tell you politics, I'm not telling you to worry about votes, because wealthy people don't have to vote. I accidentally said that, but I'm going to go ahead and say it again. I'm not telling you to worry about votes, because wealthy people don't have to vote. It's just you take the money from the first floor and then you buy or rent any politician on your second floor. Because your business has things to do. Are you hear me? And the people controlling the things you do are writing laws, slowing your business down. And you need to buy them or rent them to speed your business up. That doesn't necessarily mean city management, or how do you say it? City hall. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say. I'll give you a great example of this. Unions. How many you know it's straight politics in unions? That's mini Congress. And what you do is once you build your own community and you got enough money, you can buy the head of the union or rent the head of the union to do whatever it is that you need to do in your thing. So you need to focus on politics. What do we do wrong as the middle class? First thing we want to do is run for office somewhere. Why? All you're going to do is win and be used. You ain't got no power. Hell, they still can't control Donald Trump. He's still doing what he want to do. Donald Trump will always be, unless he take it public, the first person to start a private social media on purpose and grow it to public social media status. Oh, you're very, very welcome, sir. Very, very welcome. They got a private message. Yeah, had to take care of you. Third floor. After you buy or rent whomever, now it's time for you to have your own courts and police. Now that you holding politicians accountable, you got to run your own government. This is what this means. Deanna, unmute your mic.
Yes, sir.
If you feel, Susan, want to do something, what I'm going to say.
Okay.
If you want to change the name or whatever it is you want to do, what I'm going to say.
Okay.
If you want to change the time or whatever time you're doing it, what I'm going to say.
Okay.
If any other question I could think of that you came up with, what I'm going to say.
Okay.
That makes me look real nice. That's not it. Let me un-48 laws of power this and give you the real veil, right? Here's what it relates. She was like, oh my God, no. Here's the real thing. The real thing, I own and control the government. So I don't care what happens within it. Because the only people that I have in power of controlling the government are people I can turn my back on without getting stabbed.
Come on now.
Did it make sense?
Come on now.
Gotcha.
That's the real reason. See, I had to take them 48 laws of power off. The 48 laws of power, oh my God, he's so nice. Lies. I'm not nice. I'm in control. Remember, real power is felt, not seen. if I had to keep forcing that control, if you had to take a vote just to get me to say something, then I'm not really in control. I'm so out of control, I need to oppress you with my control. I built it, and I put in place the right people that when I die can keep it going. I ain't got to worry about them. Susan ain't finna shake me in my ribs when I turn my back. You understand what I'm saying? You know, like the prison movie. They're gonna do that. That's why. But do I care what y'all do? No, because I know we on the same mission. And every time I try to put the wrong person right there, God just get rid of them on the they fade themselves out of here. So we ain't got to do no work. We got to do no work. It just happens. It happens on its own. Number 4. Well, let me explain it to you in your small business. It means sometimes you need to be so much in control. Ain't no votes around here. Oh no, this is Frida Enterprises Corporation Computer Programming. We doing this today. You didn't ask us. We doing this today. But we doing this today. But you can't do that if you don't have a community, if you haven't made no money, right? If you didn't follow them steps, you're a dictator. If you follow those steps, you're trusted. Don't get that on the way home. Number 4, media. The 4th step of your 4th floor of your building is media. Because once you become the human consultant, you better control your own media. Lord have mercy. If you don't control it, somebody else gonna do it. Ain't no sense nobody else doing it. You control it. And you want to control it to the point where y'all ready for this? Own your masters. I don't even know what to tell you about this. I can just tell you, I've done some work on some other platforms. Great. I can't get that work back. Because the agreement was, it's our work now. No matter who it is, it's our work. And forever, even in their death, them videos gonna still be run across. So I was smart. Because I knew that was gonna happen. I said this, Jerome. It's called positioning. Now here's some 48 laws of power. I can do it again. It's called positioning. I made sure that since I knew this was gonna be frozen in time and there's nothing I could do about it, that I might as well put myself in a position to be the star pupil. But no matter what happens, saying, I'm only this good because of this person, I'm only this good because of this person, only good just because of this person, it has a lot of value in it. Because if you love that person and I keep bragging about that person, then all you can do is say, I like him. That's a good child. Oh, that's what my mama said. I'm going to have to say that from now on. That's a good child. Yeah, that's it. So you go and you build your own media. You control your own media. And you make sure you are your news company. You are your entertainment company, etc. One of the most fantastic people to do this today, and I don't know why y'all sleeping on this boy. I don't understand it. Yeah, and I know he got 1.4 million followers, and you're like, we ain't sleeping on him. Y'all are sleeping on him. He is a genius. He is an absolute genius, and y'all sleeping on him, and it is Kev on stage. Y'all have no idea how great Kev on stage is.
I absolutely love
Kev
him.
on stage is he is the new Tyler Perry. And one day y'all gonna see this. One day you're gonna see it. You are sleeping on Kev on stage right now. You said so. He is the new Tyler Perry. Y'all are sleeping on him. He is not something small. His vision is big, and now he got his own studio. Anyway, number 5 and lastly, schools. once you get all that, etc., you got to have your own school now. And don't think I'm just talking foodie talk, because, and I'll give you an examples. Please write these examples down, Grace. But here, let me tell you why first. The purpose of having your own school is, let me take this from a Black perspective so it'll be emotional. We don't need any more Black football players. We don't need any more Black basketball players. We need more Black basketball player owners, more Black football player owners. I said that so you can feel emotion about it, so you can get the thought process here. I use an emotionally charged subject. Same thing for you in your business. You don't need more third-party partnerships. You need to own the manufacturing. Like whatever you're trying, you don't need no more keynotes. No, you need to own more events. And how do you do that? Here's examples of this happening to you right now. The NBA is replacing college so much to the point. 2 years ago, college just let players start getting paid from their likeness. You know why? Because the NBA has the G League, formerly the Summer League. The NBA is saying, skip college, play pro, and we'll develop you in the NBA culture. Antonio, that's just one example. Glad you said it. Google says, Phil, don't go to college. We got a whole Google U. Yeah, show your screen real quick. Come on, I'm trying to end. Show your screen. I want you to type in and share it. We want to see it because it's Photoshop. You know, Jesus can't swim. Photoshop. Google starts its own university. If you type it, we can't see. Oh, there you go. Google starts its own university. Right there. Google has planned this web. No, click it. Photoshop. Google has planned to disrupt the college degree. Google's new certificate program only takes 6 months to complete. Thank you so much, Johnny. You can stop right there. McDonald's has McDonald's U. You want to be a franchise owner? I don't go to school for that, Susan. Go to Little Caesars U. This is true. This has been happening. Apple U, Little Caesars U, McDonald's U. Because once you get to a certain size, you don't need nobody else educating your people. Not only does it cost too much to retrain them, but you have more power when you do it yourself. And there it is. So I took this 2-hour journey. I want to take a little time, and I want to set you up for real estate. You got enough information to know how to go and increase your ability to earn. Whether you go do that or not is up to you. But I can tell you this. All of you should have a goal of buying some sort of multifamily unit this year. Doesn't matter. Just stretch yourself. Say, well, I can't do 300 units in 10, but I could do 8. All right. Margie, 8 units. 8 units. And that's not a risky investment. Anybody over 70, real estate is pretty stable when multifamily, not single family, multifamily. What's greater than being 70 years old and 8 people paying all your bills?
Ooh,
I can't imagine anything greater than that.
Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah, praise and glory. Can a grandma, great grandma sit down, leave?
That's a great response. That's a great response. That's Christmas presents also. Like literally 1 month rent will buy all the grandkids Christmas presents.
Come on now.
That's similar Easter speech for the day. Since she worship, just my little Easter speech now. And my little Easter speech for the day. We'll be doing this all the way to September 30th for free. I've literally shifted the business. No more business meetings. This is all for you. Hopefully it's been a good experience. Grace is taking good notes. And if anything, if you don't have enough money, this is my closing thought. Let's say everything I've been talking about for the last 29 days, you go, man, I'm so far behind, Antonio, that I'm listening, but I don't even have the people around me that's going to help me. And I get it. I remember starting a network marketing company field. They said, write a name before the list. And I did. Them folks did not want to hear from me. They hate me. They just didn't trust me to make no money. My list was garbage, stuff like that. So I get it. If you're one of these people and you're saying, man, I'm so far in a hole and my family is so this is what I want you to do. Go all the way back to day one. Take good notes, or just take the notes that's already written down and reteach it. It's all yours. Reteach it, do better, and people will pay you to learn from you. Antonio T. Smith Jr., you can plant better. You can dominate. We will see you all in the film school. Oh, Phil, please tell us what we're doing tonight. My bad.
Yeah, tonight we got exciting. We're doing the 48 Laws of Power, and the one we're covering tonight is Conceal Your Intentions. And boy, Susan and I are having some conversations on this. But, again, when I read the 48 Laws of Power, there are many things in there that I didn't agree with. Well, that doesn't make me right because I don't agree with it. If you really are understanding, you're trying to understand power. These are the rules to deal with power. Now, being a good person, all that other stuff, that's over here. But if you really want to learn about power, that's what these 48 rules are for. And I'd be interested to show this against the gentleman that I think we need to watch closely. First of all, how old is Amazon? Anybody got to guess how old is Amazon? Any guesses?
30
years, ain't it?
27 years. So if you're a very good guess, 30 to 27 years. The gentleman that was able to create the first union, his name is Christian Smalls, which is what a great name, Christian Smalls. He was the first guy to create a union for Amazon. I think he's somebody we need to watch to find out how that story plays itself out. Because the lesson there is Amazon treated its employees so bad that they couldn't help but form a union to overcome the way they were treated. And I think just to study that scenario, to see how that plays out, I think that would be fascinating. And see who's got his ear and who's giving him advice and what kind of things going on there. I just want to do that. And then for the keynote, who do we have for the keynote tonight? Anybody want to, some lady we may know? Who do we have? Diana!
Pretty lady with the
keynote
background.
tonight.
Yeah.
So we get to hear from her tonight, and we're real excited about that because we've seen her blossom in what she's been able to present and how she's been able to do and help us out and be there for all of us too, and to hear what she's got to say tonight. Remember these keynotes, you're an opportunity to hear somebody decide what content they're going to put out, they're going to share with people to help us. That's what that's all about. So the first part is that, and then the second part is how can Susan and I give them some humble suggestions to help them do better the next time. So you're really, those of you who don't come to the keynotes are really missing an opportunity, number one, to learn what somebody really wants to teach us. And then number two, to learn how you can get better at it without you having to be part of it, without you having to give the speech. You can give it by just watching us and hear the feedback we get. So that's a tremendous opportunity that you need to take advantage of.
Yeah, no doubt. Come on, y'all clap for all of that. No, that was good. That was very good.
Love it.
He said so much profound stuff. Y'all almost started a new class while he was talking. He said so much profound stuff. That was really good. Really good. Never thought about paying attention to this guy. He went against a $2 trillion company and won. That's
Wow.
incredible.
It
That's
is.
incredible. Yeah. That's incredible. You got my mind is genuinely blown from that information. Also, I wanted to say, I forgot. I'm glad you said that, Phil. First off, Stradivari, shout out to you. Good job, man. I just sent you a private message. Do that in the private message. Grace, Talisha needs to be in the. I forgot something she did. I forget, but she signed up for her daughter for Python. Talisha needs to be in that. You can do it on her email. I don't know how old her daughter is. So you can do it on her email, and Talisha, her daughter can just use her email. But make sure that happens today for me, please. Also, let's talk about credit real quick. Try to do it in 1 minute. Your credit. To those of you folks who didn't get your promises, I made your promise that if I wait a little bit and see, okay, man, I wait a little bit. Good to see you too, Iceberg. It's Thomas. He's a great speaker. He looks fantastic too. He looks fantastic. Those of you who didn't get what you were supposed to get from your credit, etc. So y'all wait a little bit. Nothing still happened, so I'm gonna take care of it myself. But with the what is it? Went out, had somebody else. Long story short, I'm a partner with Tyrell. So y'all make sure you give a lot of props and appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you, man. Give Tyrell a lot of props because Tyrell is going to work with me, and we already got all the stuff, and he already had the company built. And instead of me just going to somebody outside the network, because Tyrell's in the network and loyal, we're going to take. You are on the list. Man, you know who you are. Ryan, Phil, Susan, Jerome. You know who you are. You all know who you are. Okay? You're on the list. Ken, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's like 15 of you or something like that. Grace, make sure Phil and Susan's on the list. Just make sure they should be. I know they are, but you might have to resend it because all your names been submitted yesterday. But I want to make sure. I haven't looked at the list, but make sure. Because even if you were supposed to get something and didn't get it, that's that. Here's why I'm doing this. First off, y'all cost me monthly $400 a person. Don't get it twisted. Do not get it twisted. So this is not free because the software and everything and the postage and everything, just from software, postage, and letters alone. And this ain't talking about labor. It costs me $400 a month per person, just so you know. Is this understood? So now that we, okay, Dion. Now that we have this understanding, make sure you give Tyrell all his props and love him. But I know Monica's on the list. You know what I'm saying? Like Monica's on the list, even though she don't need her credit fixed, we'll still do whatever. Plus, for her, we'll teach her how to get some stuff done, right? All sorts of stuff. It brings up for one simple reason: karma. That's important. Fulfill your promises. Take care of your debts. If somebody else mess up your people, you find a way to fix it. There's going to be some things that are going to happen in ATS that, people will say, oh my God, he was lucky. Oh my God, I can't believe that happened. I'll tell you why it happened. Because when I didn't have to, I still came through. It has nothing to do with intelligence. This is the good side of the 48 laws of power. See, this is the good side. When you understand the 48 laws of power, then you can do things like this. Because law of power number 15, there's a few of them I'm using, but law of power number 15 is your reputation is the most important thing you have. Guard it at all cost. It makes no sense for me to let someone else err in my reputation. So you can use the 48 laws of power for good. And this is a great example.
Antonio.
Great example. When you all have been, yes, sir.
He who steals my money steals trash, but he who steals my good name steals my fortune.
Well, then there it is. There it is. You know what I'm saying? So there we go. Oh, yeah. Okay, good. Good. So I see them on the list, Grace. Thank you so much. Email it to Tyrell as well, please. We email that list. I see that as well. So Phyllis, who's on there. Everybody who has, I don't know how to express this without using God, but I have no choice. My job is to show Monica, Law, Abby, Jerome, Daoud, Charbon, Tyranny, Ken, Renita, Phil, Susan, Grace, Tempest, Deanna, Monique. My job is to show all of y'all God is good. I don't know another way to say it. You feel me? I don't know another way to say it. So I have to say it by saying it this way. You trusted God. And now what you have to do is say, you just put 5,000, Grace. You trusted God. And now what you're saying is, if I come through, and I will, because I don't know how to fail, you're now saying, see, God always had my back. It just took, you know what I'm saying? But if it never happens, then you can't say that about God. My job is to make sure you have the right to brag on God. We know you're going to do it anyway. I might as well give you another reason to keep doing it. Karma. Helpful? Because if you don't think like this, you're going to do all the good stuff. You're going to get all the connotation. Phil and Susan going to say, do this, and you're going to do it. It ain't going to work. That's why I had y'all start off a rich man in Babylon. Until you pay off your debts, you got the heart of a slave. All right, everybody, we will see you later. Thank you so much. See you at 10:30. Film school will start. Film school will, this time, be short because we're going to go over our projects. Love you, everybody.
Love you more.
Love you more.